Hello and welcome to the DDM Alumni. We have Millicent here and I'm Ricky, and we thought we'd get together and create some media, kind of a little impromptu thing. We sort of had a little chat on Twitter. Who contacted who? I can't even remember. I think you were making more media. Is that right?
I think I contacted you about a tweet you made regarding advertising on blogs, and the conversation kind of just went from there.
Yeah, we decided to get together and make some media. And somewhere along the line, I asked, what should we make this recording about? And you wrote, a focus on collaborative efforts is a good idea. We worry a lot about helping ourselves, that we tend to separate ourselves from others. And digital media can become a fiercely competitive domain. Yet often the best way to help ourselves is to actually help work with others. And I thought that was a really great thing. And I went through your profile because we don't really know each other that well. We've sort of been on a few different breakout rooms and things.
Yeah, a couple of things. I mean, we maybe some forums or something we've been together on, but yeah, we've never really talked a great deal before. So it's new. Hello.
And I noticed in your Twitter stream, you had this thing going where you were trying to make more media.
Yeah, find time to create media, but it's something that I really love doing. So, and I'm eager to learn more and be a part of the community. There are just some down days every now and then. But yeah, I am actively trying to create more media as a part of exploring. And I mean, I think learning by doing is something that we all have a bit of a focus on. And it's something that really resonates with me and is, I think, it's the best way for me to learn.
Yeah, and I think you're really developing a profile. Like from what you've been writing, going through your Twitter profile, I was able to see that you're a creative writer, and flip over to your blog and there's quite a lengthy blog article, and I'm starting to get a picture of you already. And how's it all going? It seemed like you were looking for work, but you're saying you're working full time at the moment.
Yeah, I'm working full time, but I'm still keeping my options open. Confidence is a bit of an issue going for work when I don't yet have my degree. I'm still going through, as I said, I'm still studying digital media, so I have a bit of reluctance there. That's very much so self-imposed though. So yeah, I am definitely starting to keep my eye out for anything I can pick up on though to start developing my profile. My portfolio in other ways, and to again learn from others, because I think industry experience is definitely some of the best experience you can get.
Like looking at your profile, that's what you're interested in. It really stood out how that collaboration theme came up a couple of different times, and I have it on record you saying, I think it's a good idea for alumni to work together and generate more relevant content.
I mean, I do feel that way. I think that collaboration is very important. I think it's a good way to help build each other up as well, because you can learn things from each other and also play to people's different strengths to work together to create something that's really, really better than anything you could create on your own, I guess.
I find that attitude really refreshing. Like, we haven't put a lot of effort into this, you would say.
You can probably tell. But that's okay, because this is a learning process, us doing this as well. And we could get meta about how they're collaborating while talking about collaboration, but what do you want me to talk about?
This is authenticity.
Well, authenticity is really, really it's a really important thing. I won't go into too many details, but at the moment I'm reading a book that I read a review for, and people were saying that it wasn't really well written. And while I can sort of see what they're saying about it, I'm reading this voice, this book, and I'm reading it in this person's voice because it's written in their voice. And so while the writing may not be great writing, that voice that comes across in the book, that delivers it with some sort of authenticity. And I think personally for me that improves the experience. I think authenticity is a very important thing, and it's actually really challenging to convey in a written format when you're talking like a book or a blog. It takes a lot of work and effort to be able to deliver that properly.
Yeah, I'm not a writer. Then tell us about your writing. Like, how would you describe your writing style and your development as a creative artist?
I love writing for primarily young adults. That's my target audience, I guess. And I like writing space fantasy, so it's all entirely irrelevant to the real world, but it's good for escapism. And I I enjoy experimenting with that as well. I can't even think of the word I'm after. When I'm asked about my own writing, I get a bit flustered.
Self-conscious? No?
Yeah, yeah. It's that lack of confidence. I'm not. Yeah, I was talking about someone else the other night in regards to even my media making work. I'm never, I guess, sure enough of myself, and I think that's like imposter syndrome, I guess.
Right.
And I think that's a big thing when writing or following something you're passionate about or making media. I think it's imposter syndrome is something that I guess affects a lot of us. It certainly affects me. And so when I'm asked about my writing, I'm like, why do people want to know about my writing?
It's often really refreshing to hear, like, just to hear that sort of the voice of, the every writer, like, because I'm not a writer. I haven't heard a lot about writing or what it's like as a writer. Then I love to hear stories, and
There's a lot of staring at blank pages, I won't lie. There's definitely a lot of staring at blank pages.
and
A
what
lot
you
of
do, yeah.
sorry.
How do you break that? Like, is that fine? Do you sort of embrace the emptiness of that staring, or do you sort of go for a walk and,
Yeah, it's one of
inspiration?
those things that I think is different for everyone too. I do find different things work depending on my mood, depending on what's blocking me. Sometimes I have to just sit there and just belt out words in a separate document and just gun it and just get words flowing again. And sometimes I just have to keep pressing on, even if it's terrible. I'll just mark it with a big comment of come back to this later and fix this mess up, but just move on with the story. Other times, yep, it's going for a walk, even if it's just to get up and make myself a cup of tea, or actually going outside for a walk, getting some fresh air, getting out in nature, taking photos. That's another thing that I personally find helps. Making playlists because I love music, and so sometimes I just need something new to listen to while I work. Um, Other than that, I spend a lot of time procrastinating, looking at memes on the internet.
Yeah, and now you're moving from a meme consumer maybe to some sort of producer making more media. And how are you going to use media to boost your? Is it something that writers need to do, is to boost their profile
Yes,
these days?
yes, it is. Even if
Okay.
there's all this debate, I suppose, within the writing community of what's best to self-publish or go with a traditional publisher. But these
Yeah,
days, even if you go with traditional publishers, an author still needs to build their online profile and do a lot of their own marketing. Marketing is a skill that authors are having to learn because publishing houses just aren't doing it anymore, or are doing it at a really limited capacity. So it sort of doesn't matter whether you're traditionally published, self-published. Marketing is a skill that you need
I
to
guess that
learn.
goes all the way up
So
from,
yeah,
yeah.
this is yeah. When I started studying digital media, I wasn't too sure about how I was going to apply that and what kind of work there was available in that field. But I sort of decided it was something I needed to investigate. I'm really glad I did because I've absolutely loved it, and I've always been on social media. It's always been a passion of mine, but it's kind of helped develop that and reignite things because I'd started to struggle for a little while there, and it's just sort of helped, I guess, put a bomb underneath me to get me moving in that field again. But it was also really important to me that I learn how to do things again in terms of being able to work towards developing an online author profile because it is so important these days, and writing is something that I really want to pursue, I guess.
Then should we send a challenge out there to other people in the DDM alumni to make some media or to create a similar sort of interview to what we've done here or something like that?
Absolutely think people should be coming forward and sharing their experiences because, again, we can all learn from each other. And I mean, it's all a learning experience.
No, I like this.
Thank
What
you.
did,
I actually made that years ago.
yep, that looks cool. It looks like it's coming through the background.
I think, people should be just getting out there and having a go. Um, I have no idea what I'm doing right now, but I felt that it was really important that I do this. Just, something to not to tick off a box, but to explore because this is how we learn. I think it's really important that we engage with others. And that was the other thing too, actually. When we first started this conversation, it was because I mentioned that I'd found that post of yours using the DDM alumni hashtag. And I wish more people would use that actually, because it's really a great potential resource there. If we're all, wanting to help each other out, share things that are useful to it. I browse it.
Tim's done a great job keeping it up to date, and all the tutors post all sorts of interesting stuff to it. I like that interaction. I like this opportunity that we have.
It's good. It shows your enthusiasm.
It's great to hear from someone else who sees the opportunity to get out there, to network, to create media like this, and and not get too hung up about, putting yourself out there. It's like taking a selfie, but a big, long, extended, recorded one.
That's true. I wonder how much of it too people get thinking about perfectionism. I know I can be a perfectionist, and this is certainly something that's challenged. That is just putting things out there. It's really challenging, but I don't know. I think it's a really important thing to do, because you're never really going to find that perfect something. Well, I can't say that, some people do, but there's always going to be, you're always going to see your own shortcomings, I guess. Just get out there and make some media and share it.
Yeah.
If you don't share it, you can't get the constructive criticism you need either.
Yeah, and even the awkwardness of doing stuff like this for, the first few times, it's you learn such a lot from that, and you make it better the next time. And like, you put a few posts out there, we engaged, we ended up making this. I've subsequently gone and we chatted about Google ads or something, because I put Google ads on my blog today.
I saw that tweet. I hope that goes well for you.
Thank you. It might not make for a while, but it's that snowball effect, like one little thing here leads to that. You're more likely to stay engaged, to have a good profile, know what you're doing, what you're about, if you're making media. And then when it comes time that you need to make that important video or that important interview, we've had some practice.
Well, exactly. And people know who you are then too, because, I guess you said, if you're not putting yourself out there, people don't know who you are. You could miss so many opportunities from that.
Yeah, true, eh? Yeah, it's like difference between totally invisible and having opportunities to meet people, connect with people, and have rewarding experiences. I don't expect this video is going to get 100,000 shares on YouTube or anything. We'll put it up in
to hear that.
I'll try and make a good look, a little bit professional, then you can share it on your profile. Maybe, I'm not sure, but
we'll see. I think I probably rambled too much.
You can have it in the background there, and like people can see that you've been doing something with some university group, fringe university group.
Well, see, this is the thing. I don't think we've ever actually had we've never had a class together, have we?
No, we haven't, but we have sort of seen each other, and we've been in breakout rooms together. Then I kind of know.
Yeah, you're like BDM alumni. Did you go to Comms Careers?
Yep. And I think we were in a breakout group there. Your digital media?
Yeah, I'm doing a double in digital media and creative writing.
I think my little girl has to go to sleep soon.
Fair enough.
And it's been great chatting with you. I'm sure hopefully we'll chat more online, and I'll keep up to date with Challenge to the Alumni. Who are you going to interview this week or before uni goes back?
Yep, more of you need to put yourself forward to Ricky. Have a chat.
And Millicent.
I suppose I can have a chat with some of you.
Excellent. Or anyone, choose someone, pick someone out, and get on a call and have impromptu chat. There's a lot of expertise. Share something you know. Thanks for coming along today.
Thanks for having me.
I haven't sent you a permission form. Maybe I should ask you. That's all right to put this up on the DDM Alumni video site.
All right. You have my verbal consent.
There you go. Taken care of. The paperwork. Have a great week.
You too.
Thank you. Cheerio.